Yo, how we doing today, guys? See, we're back with a bit of reaction, y'all. But today's different. We're not reacting to no Drewski. We're not reacting to nothing else. No music. We're reacting to. I don't know if y'all know him. His name is Nexpo. He does like scary vids. I didn't know I wasn't subscribed to him, but he's mad like cool, bro. Like his videos is mad cool. So if y'all fuck with this when y'all watch it, go subscribe to him, bro. Shout out to him. He does this interesting ass videos. He usually has different type of videos, but this one caught my attention. It's called the Fall of Flight 123. I don't know if it's gonna be scary. I'm sure it's gonna be like an airplane flight that got lost or something like that. I would have my lights off, but I'm eating. Y'all can see I'm eating. I don't know if y'all would know what this is. It's called pupusa. I'm gonna Hispanic folks who know, you know what I'm saying. But if y'all don't know, some people, I'm pretty sure some people that speak English or are from different countries that are not Hispanic will know too. But y'all should go try it. This shit is good as hell, bro. Get you some chips, some hot chips. I usually drink water. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't drink that much like soda stuff like that. Water's my shit, so I'll go with that. But yeah, let's get into the vid. It's called the Fall of Flight 123. I got out of work early today just to come do something for y'all. Come do some vids. So I'm excited to watch this video. Make sure you go ahead and put it in 4K. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what it's about. So this is real audio is what it's saying. It may be disturbing. So if y'all find this disturbing, don't watch. Don't watch. So I'm advising y'all right now. I'm telling y'all right now. Alright, let's see. This is a phone call, I'm guessing. Because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing this is gonna be like some plane got hijacked or something like that. That's kind of scary, bro. Like for example, I have me and two friends that are planning on going on to Chicago, and I live all the way down in Texas, so we gonna have to catch a flight over there because ain't nobody really trying to, drive over there. Shit's a long ass drive. But and like every time you get on the plane, it's scary to think about something like this can happen. So if you land, plane safely, you better be grateful that shit didn't happen. But let's go ahead and get to it. This is the phone call, I'm guessing. And I think as a plane driver, bro, this shit would be more scary, because not only something is failing and you have to make sure you fix it, but you have to try to get everybody to safety, and also you have to advise, like you have to speak on a little intercom. If y'all be on the plane, they tell you like put your phone on airplane mode, make sure you have the seatbelts on, whatever. But you have to basically tell the people that something's going on. It's kind of scary. It's kind of it's like nerve wracking. I'm not on the plane, bro. Stop telling me to put my seatbelt on.
A Japanese passenger flight on the 12th of August, 1985.
Damn, long ass time ago. What is that? 40 years? 85. So 95, 05, 15, 25. Yeah, it's like 40 years, bro.
The sound. Unbeknownst to the pilots, the plane had just undergone a rapid decompression, leaving them scrambling to get the aircraft under control. Over and over, they attempt to maneuver the plane back home. However, nothing they try seems to work. The airplane is completely unresponsive, yet the over 500 passengers on it have no idea just how dire their situation is.
Damn, so you haven't even told him, bro? That's fucked up. This is just happening, but if it's been like a couple minutes already, that's just fucked up, bro. You gotta tell him. Like if I was a plane driver, bro, I would just tell him as soon as it happens. So because people gotta call their families and stuff like that, bro. People got families too, bro. You gotta think about that because you never know that the plane's just gonna go straight down. So people gotta emergency call their families and stuff like that, So it's better to tell them, bro.
Really is.
Like as soon as possible.
On this aircraft, a structural component has undergone a catastrophic failure. A failure caused by a near decade-long oversight, and a failure that would lead to what is now known as the single worst disaster in global aviation history.
Aviation? What does that mean?
Tonight's video is sponsored by Incogni.
Damn, it's hot. This sauce is hot as fuck, bro. Shit is burning my mouth. We're not trying to watch no
They're scraping data from you and are building a personal address. Sounds like
Alright, we're not trying to watch no ad, bro. I'm sorry. I respect the hustle and stuff like that, but we're not trying to watch no ads.
Let me show you how to block this ad. First,
Are you serious?
click on this video, then you're gonna
Come on. Alright, there we go. I don't know, neutral. Bro, this is the first time they ever make me vote on the ad. What the fuck? I've never seen this shit before.
it's Monday.
Bro, I know there's planes that like this is one plane that people talk about that has never landed.
Investigation.
I wonder what happened with that.
Tragic accident. A string of unsolved murders grips a small town in Washington. And across the pond in Tokyo. It's rush hour.
I'm gonna go to Tokyo one day. I think it was Tokyo or somewhere else.
It's the
Has one of the most safest cities. Like a kid can go over there and it won't get kidnapped.
fallen ancestors, and thousands are scrambling through Haneda Airport to get home to their families. At 6 p.m., Japan Airlines Flight 123 prepares for its 5th flight of the day. This one is full. Travel.
Bro, there's no way you're doing 5 flights in a day. Holy shit. Of the day? So you're telling me one person flies the plane 5 times a day? I thought it was only be 1 time a day and then they're done. Hey, salute to them, bro. That shit gotta be exhausting as hell.
Traveling from Tokyo to Osaka, a little under an hour away.
Now we're away.
On this day, 49-year-old Captain Masai Takahama is training his co-pilot, 39-year-old Yutaka Sasaki, in a Boeing 747. The two were joined by a 46-year-old flight engineer named Hiroshi Fukuda in the cockpit, and 521 others awaiting this trip in the flight's main cabin. In every sense, this flight is entirely routine. All is going to plan, and they're just a few minutes behind schedule. Japan Airlines Flight 123 takes off at 6:12 p.m. And as the aircraft powers through the clouds, the passengers look out of their windows to a Tokyo slowly fading.
Whenever y'all get on the plane, are y'all a window type person? Or the other seat, the one that's like on the aisle, you know? I would call it aisle. And the aisle, are y'all an aisle type person or window type person? Me personally, window. You know, you can fall asleep, you can lay down, fall asleep on that. You know what I'm saying? You just grab you like a pillow or something if you take one. But I always like, you know, you're uncomfortable. Like you're gonna end up having to fall asleep on the next person like this, and they're gonna keep going like this to show that like fuck off, right? So I don't know. I think window's the way to go.
Minutes in, and they're nearing the cruising altitude of 24,000 feet.
Damn.
And just as everyone's getting settled in, At 6:25 p.m., there's a deafening bang to the rear as the bathroom ceiling collapses.
What
A
the hell?
blinding white light flashes. The water vapor in the air condenses to a fog, and the oxygen masks fall in front of disoriented passengers. All of this happens in a matter of seconds, sending everyone on board into an unbridled panic.
Put out your cigarette. This is an emergency system.
You know, it's crazy because I've recently found out that it's safer to travel through a plane than a car or some shit like that. That is crazy. Like, you know, you would never think that actually, but it's supposedly a fact. I don't know. Chapter 2, uncontrollable. 14 minutes into the flight. So at least 14 minutes into the flight, can he just turn back like quick or no? Because I think that would be faster than try to get to a emergency landing, unless you're in like a really, like, you know, good place to do an emergency land.
Crew begins to realize that the plane has become uncontrollable.
Ooh, yeah, never mind.
After
I'm wrong on that shit, bro.
To return to
This is why I'm not no fucking plane captain or plane driver, whatever you want to call it. This is why, bro. So if you ever get in the plane with me, do not trust me.
the airport,
I'm not driving that shit right.
Takahama panics, questioning why First Officer Sasaki is banking so much in one direction. He commands for him to ease up. However, all inputs performed by them are unresponsive. As it turns out, all 4 hydraulic lines leading to the plane's wings are severed, and unbeknownst to them, their vertical stabilizer is completely destroyed.
Ooh, damn.
This plane is flying with no means of stability, and with that, their task of regaining control to land back home safely is borderline unthinkable.
Damn, bro, that's just sad. That's actually sad, bro.
Cabin, a passenger takes one single photo in which we can observe the oxygen masks fully engaged. Unfortunately, the supply is extremely limited, only meant to last long enough for the pilots to descend to a breathable altitude. What they were unaware of, though, was that the plane found itself stuck in what's known as a phugoid cycle, leaving the crew unable to control their descent, and in a
Ooh.
way, unable to descend.
Yeah, because for those that don't know, the higher you get, the harder it is to breathe. So that's why, like, when people climb mountains, a lot of people die. Like, you know, a lot of people have said stories where they pass dead bodies because people get to a point where they can't breathe no more.
At all. Over and over.
So if the mass
craft nose
oxygen
up
goes out?
thousands of feet and rapidly
Oh,
picks
okay.
up speed.
It's going
The
down.
nose naturally begins to point up, recovering the lost altitude and stalling. It again dives, ascends, dives, and ascends.
What the hell? That's weird. I've never heard of that.
At angles of up to 40 degrees in either direction. By now, the crew is doing everything they can to make their way back to Haneda Airport for an emergency landing. Yet the aircraft is doing everything it can to prevent that.
Damn. Hard task, bro. This why these people are professionals, because, you know. But even, you know, they have times where they can't do nothing about it. 22,000 feet up in altitude in the air.
The pilots have not utilized their oxygen masks, and acute
Damn.
hypoxia has taken.
They can die. Put your oxygen mask
The
on.
phugoid cycle is problem number
Y'all are
one.
in
Yet
altitude that's not breathable.
is the ever-encroaching side-to-side roll of the aircraft. To mitigate this, the crew manages to engage the landing gear, effectively suppressing the phugoid cycle, However, over the course of the next 5 minutes, the plane descends over 10,000
Ooh,
feet while rolling at an angle of over 40 degrees.
it's over, bro. If they land, it's over.
Effectively, they achieve a complete 360-degree downward spiral over the town of Atsuki, and are understandably losing hope as every critical second bleeds by.
Okay. So they're going back to Tokyo, to the airport? Yeah. What can you do in this? What can you do in this position, bro? That's just pretty interesting, like hearing the audio. Goes down. So are they diving down? Oh, so you can see they're turning over here. Well, you can't really see my finger, but y'all see over there in the max power. Now they're going the opposite way. 38 minutes into the flight. 6,000 feet. Dang, they went from like 22 to 6,000 in a matter of like a few minutes.
The plane has dropped to a mere 6,800 feet. They are now heading opposite of Haneda Airport and straight towards Mount Takamagahara.
That's bad. That's bad.
For the next 5 minutes, the crew fights to gain altitude to move away from this impending threat and manages to climb again to 11,000
How?
feet.
How is that possible? I mean, yes, I'm glad they did, but how is that possible, bro?
False hope this is, however, as
Oh.
they find themselves in yet another downward spiral,
Tell me, bro, this is sad. This is crazy, bro.
right over treacherous terrain.
Come on, please tell me to go back up somehow, bro. Please tell me they find a way to go back up. This is the end. So they crashed. Time of impact, they crashed. Chapter 3, the aftermath. See, this video is cool. It's like you're pulling out, like, you know, you're back in like old ages, and you're pulling out like a CD and putting it back in, or something like that. So it's pretty cool. You know, village. So did somebody capture like the crash, or something like that?
In the quaint village of Ueno,
Ueno, as you say it.
mountainside, residents awaken to a lingering odor. In the air, rescue and news helicopters zoom by as they discern something the locals don't. On the ground, rows of trucks and buses are on the move, while crowds gather.
So they're trying to look for them if anybody survived.
Confusion. Yet, amidst all of this, hardly anyone knew the gravity of what was happening. 21 miles southwest of their location, the remains of Japan Airlines Flight 123 are burning.
Dang,
Scattered
that's sad,
across
bro.
the mountainside.
That's sad, bro.
The plane is completely shredded. The landscape, wounded.
Rest in peace to all those people that got on that flight, bro.
The scene was grim, is a criminal understatement.
So is this a picture of it? Dang, so these pictures still were in no color back then? Dang, bro.
Out of the 524 passengers on board that night, only 4 survived.
Also, there's 4
The
survivors.
worst loss of life involving a single aircraft in the history of aviation. This incident is devastating, and the most
Definitely is, bro.
frustrating aspect
Definitely is.
of all of this is that it did not have to turn out this way at all.
What you mean?
see, just 20 minutes after impact, a U.S. Air Force serviceman named Michael Antonucci spotted and phoned in the crash location. However, instead of making the call to lend support immediately, the Japanese military called off the rescue operation under the presumption that not a single passenger survived. For over 12
What?
hours, the plane burned throughout the night.
So you're fucking telling me that this dude called and was just like, oh, probably nobody's surviving and nobody did nothing. Nobody even want to check. Or more people could have been alive, bro. You never want to assume that nobody's alive. You want to get there and rush, make sure, try to assume that everybody's alive and try to get everybody to safety, you know? What type of shit was that, bro? That shit just pissed me off. That shit just pissed me off, bro.
Still alive and awaiting help from numerous aircraft
You see?
that passed right above them. Aircraft that saw them, yet they were completely unaware. That help was never coming.
You see, bro, that's sad, bro.
One of the 4 survivors, named Yumi Ochiai, later recalled their experience from that evening, explaining how throughout the night they could hear children crying, adults screaming.
That's sad,
It
bro.
was loud at first, yet as the hours went by, these pleas slowly faded into silence. Some fell out of consciousness, some lost the energy to continue, but for the vast majority, this stillness signaled the agonizing death of lives that could have been helped.
For real, bro.
It took 12 hours in total for rescuers to arrive, yet by then, the scene was a gruesome graveyard. A Japanese medical doctor stated that had this rescue come 10 hours earlier, perhaps they would have found more survivors.
That's sad, bro. How do y'all not just go there, bro?
Silent.
Is it or is there more? Okay, we still have more.
In the years following the incident, no one would fly Japan Air, resulting in the company taking a massive hit in revenue. With this, both the airline and the Boeing company would pay out hundreds of millions of dollars to the victims' families over time. A reparation immaterial in the grand scheme of this
I
tragedy.
mean, I don't blame the people for not flying, bro. It's like, you know,
Even then,
people hear that and then you're scared about it, you know?
In the minds of Japan Air employees, as 2 of them, a 59-year-old maintenance official named Hiru Tominaga and a 57-year-old inspector named Susumu Tajima, would later take their own lives, with the former leaving a note with just a single phrase: "I am atoning with my death." In the end,
Sad, bro.
investigators attributed the tragedy to improper repairs to the plane's aft pressure bulkhead, the rear component.
So are those the 2 people that worked on the plane and they just like felt guilt over it? So they, you know, did what they did?
The pressure seal present in all aircraft.
So this is how you know, like, guilt is real, bro.
That 7 years prior, the same aircraft encountered a tail strike incident during a landing, cracking the bulkhead and rendering the plane unflyable. During repair, the engineers planned to utilize a large splice plate to connect the 2 sides of the crack, while reinforcing it with 3 rows of solid rivets. When done correctly, this would re-establish the full structural integrity of the wall, rendering it just as safe as it was before for flight.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think nothing is safe as before.
The
Unless you
repairs
just-
did not go this way at all.
Unless you just like, you know, get a new one.
Using 1 splice plate, Boeing's repair technicians used 2 in parallel to the crack, effectively rendering 1 entire section of rivets completely useless.
Dang.
This oversight was never discovered, and the plane flew in this condition over 12,000 times.
12,000 is crazy. Holy. What the hell, bro? 12,000 is hella. It's the people that were on the plane. Rest in peace to them, bro. Rest in peace to them, bro.
This tragedy echoes through the lives of everyone involved and is one of the most unspeakable catastrophes that should have been prevented. It's hard to grasp the sheer horror of experiencing a plane crash, let alone surviving it. Those who did had to endure a trauma and a loss that is unimaginable. The agonizing moments afterward, crushed under wreckage, helpless under the night sky, effectively forgotten in a blazing wilderness. I feel horrible for everyone on board that fateful night.
Honestly, bro.
Families and friends that were eagerly waiting for them.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Oban is typically a time of community.
If you think about it, they had somebody waiting for them on the other place where they were gonna land, you know, and they didn't get to that place, that location.
Would seldom see loved ones. But for the 520 victims who lost their lives that night, they were never able to finish their journey to see them.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
That would never show. And their memory is forever stained by an incident that never should have happened. That night, there was nothing anyone could have done. No way they could have known. But in the wake of it all, one thing is certain. Their memory, their lives, will forever be cherished by those that loved them, and their legacy will forever endure.
Yep.
Until the end of time.
That's true. So I'm guessing that's it. It's like his little outro. But yeah, man, this is sad. I repeat to all those people, man. I mean, my heart go out to the family, all that type of stuff, bro. This is sad, bro. Dang, bro. I'm still like in shock, like in disbelief. You know, this wasn't supposed to happen at all. But just because the engineers messed up, you know, it costed, what do you say, like 100 and something plus lives. Man, could have been avoided. But yeah, that's all we have for today, guys. You know, sad video. You know, something. You know, nobody wants to go through for sure. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and you know, I'll see you on the next one. Tell me if y'all like type of videos like this. I will keep making them for sure. I react to them on stream, on YouTube. It don't matter. But yeah, y'all, you know, y'all stay safe. You know, and just let me know if you like this type of videos. So you know, because I really enjoyed it. You know, I just hope y'all enjoy it as well. If y'all don't, just let me know as well. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.